I'm Laura Cornish, editor of Mining Review Africa, and I'm joined today by Kenny Mayhew-Ridgers, COO of Kwatani at the Southern African Coal Processing Society Biennial Conference in Secunda. Kenny, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Laura.
Let's start by discussing what services and equipment Kwatani offers the mining industry, the coal mining industry.
Coal mining industry. Obviously, we're a screening and a feeder supply company. In the coal industry specifically, we've got a lot of banana screens, feeders. In terms of services, we've got teams in the local areas where needed. It ranges from hands-on maintenance to monitoring the screen's conditions, service crews. Yes, and obviously spare parts that's closely available.
Okay. And tell me, what do you feel distinguishes Kwatani in such a highly competitive market?
Well, we're over 40 years in the industry. I think that says a lot. And the fact that we've been proudly South African, we developed our own internal technologies over the years. And we can actually design anything suitable for the application. So we started off mainly as a custom screen board company. And that helps us to address any problem or identify a challenging application. So yeah, I think our engineering team is quite strong. We've got people that works as a team. I think teamwork is great. And I think lately that helps us a lot is the fact that we transform. We be compliant level 3. And we're actively looking at transforming more. And I think that helps us in the local industry. But we must also realize that the local industry is shrinking a little bit. And that's a challenge.
So that leads me to my next question, Kenny. The coal industry is changing. Tell me about how you've seen it change some more and how Kwatani has adapted to the market's changing needs.
Well, I think first off was the transformation, because that is one of the biggest changes, I think. The fact that the mines shrink, that's got, we can't control that. So I think that is the biggest challenge. So where we come into play is obviously people look at the existing infrastructure and how they can get more out of it. And then you have to be innovative and look at the infrastructure and try to get more over the screens, more tonnage through without trying to make big changes to their structures. And that's where our engineering comes in. And I think that is one of the things that differentiate us the most with our competitors. And I think we're fortunate that we started as a custom screen design company because we can do these type of things. My background was originated from a civil engineering company where we looked at buildings. So that naturally comes in when we look at screens, we look at the building as well.
Okay.
And look at the complete picture for the customer and give them the best offer, obviously with the better efficiency, which obviously gets measured afterwards, as well as the fact that we look at the running cost, because it's also important not just to overdo it, but look at the running cost with as little as possible changes to the buildings.
Kenny, let's talk about the conference for a moment. Tell me why you feel it's important to attend and exhibit at this conference.
Well, I think it's very important for people to see you are also one of the contenders out there. I mean, you see there's a couple of screening suppliers out here as well. And it's great. It shows that there is something happening in South Africa. There's good competition, and some of them are really good as well. I think for us it's important. You'll see we're presenting 2 papers in the conference. One on the keynote speaker side, and the other one on the R&D side, which we also think is very important. I think it differentiates you if you can present something on the R&D side and show you actively looking at development and research. And we're actually spending a fair amount of money in R&D, which you don't always find with our competitors. And I think showing that does send out a message to the mines, who is also attending here.
So you feel there's obviously a lot of scope for improvement in what you do for the industry?
Always. I think there's always scope for improvement, definitely.
Okay. And Kenny, just to close, Can we expect any new or exciting developments from Kwatani coming out of the company in the future?
Well, definitely. I think the fact that we are ISO accredited shows that we are continuously looking at improving. So there's something in place. We're looking at maybe, I don't know how to put it, looking at alternative solutions out there that's complementary to our business in vibrating equipment. Other technologies that's already existing, and instead of spending a lot of money developing that as well, see how we can represent each other. And then obviously on the research and development side, there's a couple of things in the future that you might see us more in terms of articles presented and so, because we've got a big focus for the upcoming year to improve that.
Excellent. Kenny, thanks for joining me, and thank you for watching.
Thanks, Laura.